Good morning. Welcome to Windward Buddhist Temple for the Autumn Ohigan service. Good morning. My name is Toshiyuki and I'll be your MC. We will begin with the ringing of the temple bell, or kansho. Signifies the beginning of a temple service. It is a deep and sacred ritual steeped in ancient tradition. It is the calling of the people to come together to listen to the Dharma, or the teachings. The temple bell represents the gratitude and deep appreciation of the members, friends, and guests of Windward Buddhist Temple. Please sit quietly in your seat. We'll now have the offering of flowers and light. Please rise for meditation, followed by the chanting of the Vandana Ti-Sarana by the congregation in Pali and English. That can be found in the red Jodo Shinshu service book on page 7.
Oh
Thank you. Please be seated. Reverend Sumikawa will lead us in the Sanbutsuge, found on page 9 of the same red Jodo Shinshu book, page 9.
Of Amida Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, and all the Buddhas of the 10 directions to this service. Namu Amida. On this occasion of the Windward Buddhist Temple's annual observance of the Autumn Ohigan, we are gathered here to adorn the shrine of Amida Buddha, to offer incense and chant the sacred writings, and deepen our understanding of the Buddha Dharma. During the fall equinox, when the hours of the day and night are equal, the sun symbolically rises in the east and sets in the west toward the direction of the Pure Land. And so we gather to listen and meditate upon the teachings of the Buddha Dharma as clarified and transmitted to us by Shinran Shonin. Namo Amida Butsu.
Today's sutra is the Sanbutsuge on page 47 of the same red book. That is page 47, Sanbutsuge.
Oh, Namanda, 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 namanda.
Please rise for the Shinshu Pledge number 2, found on page 6 of the red service book. In trusting in the vow of the Buddha and reciting the sacred name, I shall proceed through the journey of life, revering the light of the Buddha and reflecting upon my imperfect self. I strive to live a life of gratitude, follow the teachings of the Buddha, and discerning the right path, I shall spread the true Dharma, rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding others. I shall do my best to work toward the welfare of society. Namu Amida. Namu Amida. Please continue to stand for the Gatha Namu Amida Butsu on page 104 of the brown Praises of the Buddha book. That's the brown book 104.
Good morning, everyone. We're very lucky to have this very special speaker on our fall Ohigan service. You know, Reverend Umitani started off his career in Kailua back in 2001. So that's been 22 years and 3 months ago. Long time. He's gotten older, just like all of us. He just served, well, he is our current bishop, but before that, he just served Moilili Hongwanji. And he had also been the executive assistant to the bishop from 2011. And then from March 2005 to 2011, he was on Maui at Kailua Hongwanji. He came to Kailua in January 1st, 2004 until 2005. And on September 1st, 2001, he served at the Honpa Hongwanji Hawaii Betsuin. April 1st, 2001, he was at the Hongwanji International Center. He is a very distinguished minister, very nice person, very approachable. So we welcome you, Reverend Umitani. Thank you.
Okay, shall we place our hands together in kansho? How joyous I am, my heart and mind being rooted in the Buddha ground of the universal vow, and my thoughts and feelings flowing within the Dharma ocean, which is beyond comprehension. I am deeply aware of the Tathagata's immense compassion, and I sincerely revere the benevolent care behind the Master's teaching activity. My joy grows ever fuller, and my gratitude and indebtedness ever more compelling. Written by Shinran Shonin from the Collected Works of Shinran. Namu Amida, Okay, good morning, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Thank you very much, Reverend Barbara, for your kind introduction, and thank you, everyone, for inviting me to this special occasion for Ohigan service here at the Windward Buddhist Temple. I hope I am approachable individual. In my home, one day we had a conversation during the dinner. We talked about what kind of, if you are a fruit, what kind of fruit are you? And so we had a little, discussion, and I said, oh, my wife, she's like a peach because she's beautiful. and they said, I am like a rambutan. Outside, maybe, I don't know if it's approachable or not. Maybe not so attractive outside, but when you peel it, inside it's very delicious. So, anyway. But thank you for, once again, it's so nice to come back to the Kailua Hongwanji mission, Windward Buddhist Temple, where actually my first daughter, Naho, was born when we were living in this temple a long time ago. She's now college, going to college, second grade. Time really flies. But I really enjoyed, living in this Kailua area, and many members helped, not just myself, but our family members. So thank you for extending your kindness and compassion to the Umitani family. And it's so nice. Always, I feel so happy. I really feel like I am back home, whenever I visit this temple. So this yesterday and Friday and Saturday, we just had the Hawaii State Federation of Honpa Hongwanji Lay Association convention, annual convention in Kona. And I just returned to Honolulu last night, and that was the first lay convention that I attended as a new bishop. The theme of the convention was sharing joy together, sharing joy together. And I feel that this theme is very appropriate for the Hongwanji Sangha today. What is the definition of joy in the Jodo Shinshu tradition? I'd like to talk about its definition this morning. The Jodo Shinshu Hongwanji Ha observed the 850th anniversary of Shinran Shonin's birth and the 800th anniversary of the establishment of the Jodo Shinshu teaching in May. Many of us attended this auspicious celebration at Honzan, and also the 16th World Buddhist Women's Convention, which was held on the next day. It was indeed a special occasion. We we expressed our gratitude for Shinran Shoni's guidance, as well as our joy of encountering Amida's boundless wisdom and compassion. We enjoyed eating delicious Japanese meals, sleeping on a comfortable bed in a hotel, sightseeing beautiful sceneries, and shopping, and shopping. But what we enjoyed most was meeting with our Dharma friends. We met many old friends and new friends of the Dharma. Beyond the difference in nationality, language, and culture, and so on, it was not so difficult for us to establish a warm relationship with others. As Shinran Shoni said, we are all ondobo ondogyo, meaning fellow travelers and fellow practitioners of the Nembutsu teaching. We recognize fellow practitioners as the Buddha's children, as our brothers and sisters, and as co-learners of the Pure Land Path. We treat and associate with each other with deep respect and friendship. Such a sense of respect and friendship is what we truly enjoyed during our trip to Japan. One of the participants made the following remarks, and I quote, "The most impactful session for me was the first service in which I was chanting together in the main temple, because this was the first time I chanted with a large group of people. The collective sound that surrounded me was almost overwhelming. I experienced for the first time a sense of bonding with others through chanting. And I think this is the joy that we share in the Hongwanji." What I read at the beginning was written by Shinran Shoni, and he noted that his heart and mind are firmly rooted in the vast ground of Amida's vow that enfolds all beings. And when Shinran Shoni expressed that he stood firmly on the ground of Amida's vow, he used this Chinese character to express that he is standing. But usually, in our daily conversation, we use this kanji to say we stand, we are standing. But Shinran Shoni intentionally used this instead of this kind of kanji. So this Chinese character indicates a live tree, big tree, standing firmly on the ground with its roots on the ground. So that's what this kanji means. This one, you're simply standing, not so strong, not so stable. But this one is so firm and stable. So Shinran Shoni intentionally used this character to express that the Nembutsu practitioner stand with their mind firmly rooted in the ground of Amida's primal vow, and we continue observing the virtues of Amida's wisdom and compassion. Shinran Shoni taught us that this is the greatest joy that we receive through the Nembutsu teaching. And I'd like to share with you a story of one boy this morning. He was a student with a disability. He attended a school for children with special needs. At the graduation ceremony in this school, there was a tradition that each graduating student went up to the stage and received a diploma from the school principal. However, due to their disabilities, some students had difficulty going up to the stage. There was one boy. He graduated from elementary school 3 years ago. At that time, he couldn't go up to the stage because of his anxiety disorder. he had excessive fear and panic reactions in certain situations. So at the graduation time, the principal went down from the stage and handed this boy a diploma. 3 years later, when it was time for him to graduate from middle school, this boy could go up to the stage. The principal was surprised to see the boy's improvement. The boy is now standing right in front of him on the stage. So the principal began to read a diploma for him, and then he noticed that this boy was mumbling something. The principal heard it carefully, and then he heard the boy was saying, "I am fine, there's no problem. I am fine, there's no problem." So he mumbled on the stage, saying, "I'm fine, there's no problem," to raise his courage in front of a lot of audience. And then he was able to receive a diploma from the principal on the stage. This boy had excessive fear and panic reactions in certain situations. For example, he couldn't go into the swimming pool like his friends. At that time, his friends and teachers called him from inside the pool. They said, "You'll be fine, there's no problem. You'll be fine, there's no problem." Whenever this boy experienced fear and anxiety, his friends and teachers supported him, saying, "You'll be fine, there's no problem." So during his middle school, he was always supported and loved by his friends and teachers. And such a warm, nurturing environment helped cultivate his heart and mind. And that enabled him to go up to the stage at his graduation. So this voice of compassion and encouragement from his friends and teachers became a strong foundation for him to overcome many challenging situations. At his graduation, he mumbled, "I'm fine, there's no problem." Right? So of course, that was his voice. He was saying, "I am fine, there's no problem." But at the same time, it was also the voice of compassion from his friends and teachers. As he mumbled, he visualized many faces, many individuals who supported him over the years. Their love and support for this boy manifested out of his mouth as the word, "I am fine, there's no problem." As he said that, he was not alone. Behind him, many people was firmly supporting his existence. So Namu Amida Butsu that we recite is such. It is I who recite Namu Amida Butsu, but the essence of Namu Amida Butsu is the boundless wisdom and compassion that is extended for each and every one of us. In our lives, we encounter many challenging situations, pains and sorrows throughout our lives. We must accept our lives as they are, whether good or bad, favorable or unfavorable. No matter how challenging my life may be, nobody can take my place for me. Even when our family is struggling, we cannot take their places. Each of us has to carry a heavy load on our shoulders. Amida Buddha recognizes our karmic limitations and keeps calling us, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine, just come as you are." Such a compassionate heart of Amida Buddha is condensed in our voice of Namu Amida Butsu, and it penetrates our hearts, minds, and bodies. It gives us the consolation in our difficult daily lives and courage to move forward. As Shinran Shoni wrote, we find ourselves firmly standing, firmly rooted on the ground of Amida's voice of compassion. Like the boy that I shared, our life is a journey with Amida Buddha. We are never alone. So, to me, this is a feeling of joy that we receive in the Hongwanji tradition. In today's world, there is an endless list of complex issues. Many people are living in fear and anxiety for their uncertain future. As a beneficiary of Amida's calling voice, I feel that we have a responsibility to share with others a joyful way of life that is illuminated by wisdom and compassion. Our lives are all interrelated, interconnected. Our actions and behaviors may be limited and sometimes, yes, self-centered. Yet, if we can be a part of our mutual endeavor to create a society where everyone can live in spiritual fulfillment, isn't it a great joy for us? Ohigan is a time for us to reaffirm that our lives are always illuminated and embraced and sustained by the boundless wisdom and compassion. And as we place our hands in kansho and recite the Nembutsu Namu Amida Butsu, we receive this voice of compassion that is always reaching out to me, saying, "You'll be fine, come as you are." So let us continue listening to the teachings even more deeply and savor the joy of Namu Amida Butsu at our Sunday services, memorial services, or any other occasions that we have in our temples. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for your kind invitation. And as we close today's Dharma message, shall we place our hands together in kansho? And let us together recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. Please rise for our Gatha, followed by the Nembutsu. This morning, our Gatha is in the purple booklet in front of you. Page 19, May Peace Prevail. And we will follow that with the Nembutsu on page 135 of the red Jodo Shinshu.
Embraced in Buddha.
Shame and self-reproach, and completely lack a mind of truth and sincerity. Because the name is directed by Amida, however, his virtues fill the 10 quarters, embracing me completely, bringing me to the other shore. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda Butsu.
Thank you very much. This morning we have announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Bishop Umitani, for one being here and also for your wonderful message for everyone. Thank you, Reverend Bert, Reverend Barbara. Thank you, Merle, for being our MC. Bob, for being our greeter. Special thanks to Riho for playing the piano. Thank you so much. And Ryan, of course, doing our video of the service today. You know, there is joy in repeating Namu Amida Butsu. There is joy in listening to the Dharma. But the most joy comes when we have refreshments. Today's refreshment has been provided by Team B, that's led by Dana. Okay, we have a couple new faces here. Allison Yasuoka, can you please stand? Welcome. Thank you for coming. We also have Mel Rios. Hi, Mel. When we have refreshments, please say hello and welcome them. Welcome back to Tatum. And I'm sorry, Casey, sorry. And of course, Jack. I mean, well, Jack's not here, but yeah. I hope he's doing well. We also welcome back Ed. Thank you. Now, later this morning after refreshments, and one of the reasons I think we sang that May Peace Prevail, later in this week, September 21st, is International Peace Day. And today we're going to do an early celebration. We're going to be walking through, after refreshments, some of us will be walking through town, Kailua town, and to spread the word. And we'll be passing out cranes with a message that reads, International Peace Day, September 21st. So, some of us, whoever else wants to volunteer, you're welcome to join us. And speaking of Peace Day, Thursday, to celebrate the day, Honpa Hongwanji Mission of Hawaii is holding an event on Zoom called Ring Your Bells for Peace Day. And I think I shared this flyer a couple Sundays ago. It's on our bulletin board. And at 9:01, people are invited all over the world to ring their bells, whether it be a little dinner bell or kansho like ours, or a temple, a little bell that you might have at your home altar. We here in Kailua at Windward Buddhist Temple, we will also be celebrating. We'll gather and actually ring the kansho. So if you'd like to participate, if you could be here by around 8:30, there'll be some ceremony, some entertainment prior to. There'll be a moment of silence, and then we'll go into the ringing. It lasts about, 10 minutes, I think. But it's pretty awesome. It's going to be on Zoom. Ryan usually sets up his laptop right there. We can all see ourselves, but also quite a number of different people. Over the years, I've seen people from other states in the U.S., but also other nations. So it'll be quite interesting to kind of not only ring the kansho, but keep an eye on that screen. Again, we will be participating as co-hosts of the Windward Buddhist Windward Mall Bone Dance. That'll be on October 7. The time is changed a little bit. It's 3:45 to 8:15. This we've added more entertainment. There's another dance troupe that's going to be participating. But our part is we're also going to be selling. We're going to be making andagi like we've done before, but also selling other food items. I believe manju and takuwang and bitter melon namasu. But there'll be also some other non-food items. We've got a number of volunteers helping with the sales table inside the mall, but we need help preparing the andagi, which will be done outside of the mall. We do have a sign-up sheet, and Everly will sign up. So please, if you're able to come join us, again, that's Saturday, October 7th. For the cooking, some of us will gather by 2:30 to get the wok heated up, so the oil will have a chance. So before we start cooking, we'll start cooking at around 3 o'clock. So come 3:45, we'll have more than enough andagi. Last year we were really behind, and there was a huge line of people wanting to buy andagi. It was very, very popular. So we're gonna make a little more this year, and hopefully we'll be able to keep up with the demand. So I thank you in advance for volunteering. As previously announced, we will be donating the net proceeds from all the sales to the Windward Mall Bone Dance, from the Bone Dance to the Maui Wildfire Disaster Relief Fund. Next Sunday, we will have a regular family service. Dharma talk will be given by Prudence Gusano. Following that, we'll be participating in the Maui Wildfire Memorial Service. That'll be by Zoom. So the service will probably end here around maybe 9:45. We'll take a short break and continue with the 10 o'clock service. The refreshments will be available, so if you want to also have refreshments, that's fine. So 10 o'clock will continue after our regular service. Moilili Hongwanji Mission, where we visited in August, well, they're having an open house and bazaar. It's on a Sunday, October 1st, and it's from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So if you want to, after our service, run over or drive over to Moilili. So Cynthia, you should go. Barbara, you should go. They have rummage, plant sale, bake sale, Ono Foods, crafters, storytelling, balloon animals, games, temple tours, and more. I'll have this on the bulletin board. Let's see, did I miss anything? Okay, I think that's it. Bob had something to announce.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to announce that Reverend Reno Fuchikawa donated 15 books, and also Yishin donated 6 books. So please take a look back there, and if you don't know where to put it, you can put the book face down, and I'll take care of the rest. So rummage around and look and see what you want to look and enjoy your book. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Any other announcements? Well, it's time to experience that joy of eating. Let's do words of thanksgiving. Can be found on page 126 of the red service book. We are truly grateful for this wonderful food, a gift of life. May we share its benefits with all beings. As we partake of this food, let us remember Amida Buddhist compassion, which surrounds all people and all forms of life. Namu Amida Butsu. Itadakimasu. And again, thank you, Bishop Umitani, Yoshiko, and Riho. Thank you very much.